I want to dispel a myth today. Most people think ham radio is just about communication. What if I told you that there might be more to it than just talking over the airwaves? I wanted to talk a little bit more about this concept floating around about the gamification of ham radio. It's kind of the idea and concept of taking the things we see in the online gaming world and integrating them into ham radio. If this is new to you, I suggest heading over to Kyle's channel, Alpha Alpha 0Z. He's been pioneering this a little bit, and he has a few videos that I'd recommend you watch. His video on his Node-RED dashboard, great integration. We've used it for field days and had a lot of great response and positivity on it from younger and older people. He's also talked on the future of contesting and what he's dubbed Radio Sport 2.0, and it's a really good watch. So if you want to learn more about kind of that whole process, head over to his channel. But what I wanted to do is take the time to expand on that a little bit. I've got a few examples I'm going to show in a little bit that kind of plays off that, and hopefully will inspire you maybe to kind of consider it yourself. Let's take some time and put some context around it. I wanted to say first and foremost, if you're watching this and this video is rubbing you the wrong way, then it's doing your job. The hobby has so many facets and so many opportunities in it, and it's expanded over the past 10, 12 years in different modes and done a lot of integration into the internet. So I think it's prime and ripe for us to kind of bring it to that next level. But if you're definitely interested and it's piqued your interest, stick around. So let's kind of look at this as you're playing online gaming. Imagine embarking on a thrilling quest or a challenge, and you compete on a virtual stage, maybe in a 1v1 scenario where you're doing a competition for contacts, maybe the longest distance, or maybe you're in a team sport. Your club is a ham radio online team, and you go out there and compete against other clubs globally on a global stage. The sky's kind of the limit with this whole process. But the big thing is that social connection, that being able to connect with other people on a different level and be able to play them in a real-time scenario and get real-time feedback. That is something that is very valuable in today and is so important to think about integrating that in the future into the hobby. Because as we attract more people, we want to start to attract the future generations to keep this hobby growing and expanding. And we have to consider things like that. Social aspect is a huge thing. And I know Kyle's touched a little bit on that, but I wanted to expand. I think clubs would benefit from being able to build small teams that are competition-like teams, or, small groups of individuals that want to get together and, share the common goal and go out and play 4 versus 4 or 1 versus 1 or 2 versus 2 on many different levels, whether you're playing FTA or you're doing sideband, or maybe you're a CW guy and speed and agility and all of those factors that you do to improve your CW can now be done on an online stage. Let me talk about 2 little examples that I have. And these are just very small things that I do that I've kind of seen some growth and excitement around. This first one I have is my website. You can find it here. I'm calling it the Hunt for Ham Radio YouTubers. You can go to it if you want to check it out by heading over to n1jur.com. But with this, I've basically just created a simple page. This simple page, obviously a few integrations that I just kind of put plugins in. It's really intended to just track all of my YouTube channels that I watch and YouTubers that I, enjoy watching their content. And I try to make contact with them. And so as I go through my process, maybe they're live streaming, you can easily track all that stuff as you make contacts. And I've done this several times. There's been a Ham Radio 2.0, all of those guys, they go out and they do Poda Parks. When my ham alert goes off, I am on the radio trying to make contact with them, trying to get them in my log. And this is just a simple process. But imagine if we took this to an online platform and we had a way to be able to build a flexible framework that allowed us to be able to easily adapt new games, even, on the global stage of contesting. Imagine all the contesters could see real time what their stats are and how they stack up. Everyone has their own little secret sauce in how they run their radio and how they, manage the contact pile up and making cues. Being able to see that real time to see how you stack up, I think there's a benefit there. So what I've done is created this simple page, and this is how I kind of add a little game, in my life. And so this has had some traction, and there are a few hams that have jumped on board and been excited. If you're interested and you're a YouTuber and you want to, join in, or you have a small little YouTube channel and you want to be part of the fun, there's a little button down at the bottom. You can easily just sign up here and fill out the form, and I'll get you on the list, and we'll look to work you, because that's the fun and excitement of it. Because in essence, it's not like a simple, easy, I make a contact with them. It's just as tough as trying to hunt DX. So, this is one of my examples. My other example is something I've kind of done on a, seasonal basis, although it's a very rough example. What I've done is I've built FTA Bingo. You've probably seen, if you've been on the, YouTube channels for a while, there used to be a big YouTube, FTA off, and a lot of people love doing that, and it kind of stopped. So I took that concept and kind of ran with it, because a lot of the same guys that I have in my club are very, they like to do stuff during the wintertime, and you can't always go outside. You can't always, be in the cold, but you're always in front of your radio. So I developed a simple, very manual process on FTA Bingo. And really what the purpose is that when winter rolls around, I send out a notice to everybody who's kind of want to play. And again, this is not limited to my club. So if you're interested and you want to do this, keep an eye on my webpage at n1jur.com, and we'll make sure we get you in on it. But really all I do is I create, using some online tools, a simple bingo card, and based off of, a set predetermined time and a number of rules, we kind of have fun for 90 minutes trying to see who can get bingo. I've done simple things on just writing up a simple how-to on, the instructions and how to get involved. And then, we have a small little rule set that we play against. And again, this is just very rudimentary. It's meant to kind of just establish a good, firm foundation. But if it ever took off, you would have to build a lot more capabilities around it to, help in the gamification process. But it's definitely something that's fun for folks to play. It improves your skills, and again, it's along the lines of building more fun activities into ham radio. I built coupled with that, because as we started to kind of grow, and we did this as a kind of a start off concept last year, it took off, and we ended up having leaderboard going on, and it was a lot manual process, but in essence this is our leaderboard from last year, and we'll just continue this process again, and the point standings and how it all breaks out. But it's a fun activity. I mean, for 90 minutes, we all hop on our Discord, or we're on, live chat over Ham Shack Hotline in a conference room, and we're just talking smack to each other. We're having fun. We actually probably will continue this on if we can build the platform, and we're working on that. So if you're interested in wanting to help participate that, and you've got some, design or coding skills, reach out to me, because I'd love to have you be part of the project, or we can expand upon this and make it fun. This is kind of those concepts, and so hopefully me sharing this with you guys, we can expand on it and kind of think a little bit outside the box, and bring in a lot more people into the hobby through gamification. There's benefits in that area. With all that, I would say I want to encourage you. I want you to get out there. I want you to kind of think a little bit outside the box within the hobby. Watch those videos over on Kyle's YouTube channel, and let's have a conversation. Let's talk a little bit about how we can, build on this. I know Kyle has a great Groups.io group, and you can find out more on that. Head on over to his channel, and as always, thanks for watching my channel and this video. Don't forget, you can always subscribe, and definitely like and share this, and let's spread the word a bit. Let's get people more involved. Let's kind of play this up, and let's help Kyle continue to move the gamification, or what we're calling Radio Sport 2.0 forward.